What was it like being a gay man in the 50s?
Dreadful. Secrets. Gay people at that time, first of all, they weren't called gay people. They were called queers, dykes, fags, pansies, sissies, all those lovely words.
Prepare to have your mind blown as we reveal the hidden truths behind the glittering facades of Hollywood icons. From 1910 to 1970, were the world's most beloved stars secretly living double lives? The truth about these icons and many others is far more shocking than we could ever imagine. How many other stars lived in fear of their truth being exposed? Did their struggles shape cinematic history? What happened to them behind the scenes? In this video, we dive deep into the mysterious and sometimes controversial personal lives of 19 legendary stars. From secret relationships and hidden sexuality to their untimely deaths, these revelations will change how you view Hollywood forever. Number 1. Rudolph Valentino, Rodolfo Pietro Filiberto Raffaello, Guglielmi di Valentina d'Antonguola, better known as Rudolph Valentino and famously dubbed the Latin Lover, was an Italian actor renowned for his roles in iconic silent films such as The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, The Sheik, Blood and Sand, The Eagle, and The Son of the Sheik. Valentino became a sex symbol of the 1920s, earning titles like the Latin Lover, a label coined by Hollywood moguls, the Great Lover, or simply Valentino. His untimely death at the age of 31 led to mass hysteria among his devoted fans, solidifying his legacy as a cultural film icon and an enduring figure in early cinema. Rudolph Valentino, the silent film star who rose to fame in the 1920s, became a global heartthrob with his romantic roles. However, rumors about his sexuality persisted, particularly after his first marriage to actress John Acker ended on their wedding night, and his second marriage to Natasha Rambova also failed. Valentino was rumored to have had relationships with men, though he denied being gay. His effeminate mannerisms only fueled the speculation, but the rumors never fully disappeared. Number 2. Will Geer. Will Geer was born as William Auher Geer on March 9, 1902. He was an American actor, musician, and social activist known for his involvement in labor organizing and communist movements in New York City and Southern California during the 1930s and 1940s. In California, he formed a close friendship with rising singer Woody Guthrie, and the two lived together in New York City during the 1940s. Geer was blacklisted in the 1950s by Hollywood after refusing to testify before Congress and name individuals who had been involved with the Communist Party USA. Later in life, Geer gained widespread recognition for his portrayal of Grandpa Zebulon Zeb Walton on the beloved TV series The Waltons, a role he held from 1972 until his passing in 1978. In the 1930s, he had a romantic relationship with gay rights activist Harry Hay, but they eventually split when Geer decided to marry actress Herta Ware. Though Geer remained open about his sexuality to certain circles, his commitment to both activism and his family shaped his legacy. He passed away in 1978, leaving behind a lasting mark on both screen and society. Number 3. Liberace Waju Valentino. Liberace was an American pianist, singer, and actor. Born in Wisconsin to Italian and Polish parents, he enjoyed a career that spanned 4 decades, covering concerts, recordings, television, films, and endorsements. At the peak of his fame during the 1950s to 1970s, he became the highest-paid entertainer in the world, with established concert residencies in Las Vegas and an extensive international touring schedule. Liberace was known for his flamboyant lifestyle, embracing excess both on and off the stage. Liberace, the flamboyant pianist, kept his sexuality a tightly guarded secret throughout his life. He portrayed a heterosexual image, even writing articles about the women he supposedly admired. However, he had relationships with men, most notably Scott Thorson, who later sued him. Despite tabloid rumors, Liberace maintained his public persona until he died in 1987 from AIDS-related complications, leaving the world still questioning the man behind the sequins. Number 4. Sir John Gielgud. Sir Arthur John Gielgud was an English actor and theater director whose career spanned 8 decades. Along with Ralph Richardson and Laurence Olivier, he formed the trio of actors who dominated the British stage for much of the 20th century. Born into the Terry family theatrical dynasty, Gielgud began his acting career in 1922 as a junior member of his cousin Phyllis Nielsen Terry's company. After studying at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, he worked in repertory theater and the West End, eventually establishing himself at the Old Vic as a prominent performer of Shakespearean roles between 1929 and 1931. Sir John Gielgud, one of the most celebrated British actors, had a career spanning over 6 decades. Though his sexuality was largely known within the theater world, he kept it private for most of his life. In 1953, he was arrested for importuning, a charge often used against gay men at the time. But he continued to work and became a revered figure in both stage and film. Number 5. Cesar Romero. Cesar Julio Romero Jr. was an American actor and activist with a career spanning nearly 60 years in film, radio, and television. He portrayed a wide range of characters, from Latin lovers and historical figures in costume dramas to roles in light domestic comedies. Romero is perhaps best known for his portrayal of the Joker in the live-action Batman television series of the mid-1960s, a role that earned him a place on TV Guide's 2013 list of the 60 nastiest villains of all time. He was the first actor to take on this iconic character. He was linked to several female stars, but it was widely believed that he was gay. He never confirmed his sexuality publicly, choosing to keep his personal life private while maintaining his beloved, suave, charismatic image. Number 6. Raymond Burr. Raymond William Stacey Burr was a Canadian actor best known for his long Hollywood career and iconic roles in the television dramas Perry Mason and Ironside. Burr's early acting career spanned Broadway, radio, television, and film, often casting him in villainous roles. He famously portrayed the suspected murderer in Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window and appeared in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, reprising his role in Godzilla. Burr won Emmy Awards for his portrayal of Perry Mason, a role he played for 9 seasons and later in 26 Perry Mason TV movies. His second major series, Ironside, earned him 6 Emmy nominations and 2 Golden Globe nominations. He is best known for his role as Perry Mason. He crafted a public image by inventing a wife and child who supposedly passed away. However, he had long-term relationships with men, with his 35-year partnership with Robert Benavides becoming publicly known after Burr's death in 1993. Number 7. Tony Randall. Tony Randall was born as Anthony Leonard Randall. He was an American actor renowned for his work in film, television, and stage. He is best remembered for his portrayal of Felix Unger in the 1970-75 television adaptation of Neil Simon's 1965 play The Odd Couple. With a career spanning 6 decades, he earned 6 Golden Globe Award nominations and 6 Primetime Emmy Award nominations, winning 1 Emmy for his outstanding work. Although married to his first wife for 50 years, his effeminate mannerisms led to speculation. After his wife's death, Randall surprised many by marrying a much younger woman and fathering 2 children, though the rumors about his homosexuality continued. Number 8. James Mitchell. James Mitchell was an American actor and dancer. He is best known to television audiences for his role as Palmer Courtland on the soap opera All My Children. However, in the world of theater and dance, Mitchell is remembered as one of Agnes DeMille's leading dancers. His ability to combine dance and acting was considered groundbreaking, and in 1959, critic Olga Maynard highlighted him as an important example of the new dancer-actor-singer in American ballet, praising his interpretive skills and masculine technique. He lived privately as a gay man. He had a long-term relationship with costume designer Albert Wolski, but never publicly came out. His close friends and colleagues were aware of his sexuality, but he kept his personal life private. Number 9. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift, a Hollywood heartthrob known for films like A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity, struggled with his sexuality throughout his life. He had relationships with both men and women, but his battles with identity contributed to a tumultuous personal life. Although he never publicly came out, his close friends, including Elizabeth Taylor, were aware of his sexuality. Clift passed away in 1966, leaving behind a legacy of both talent and turmoil. Number 10. George Nader. George Garfield, Nader Jr., stood as a striking figure in the post-war Hollywood landscape, a tall, dark-haired, and classically handsome leading man who seemed engineered for the era's action-adventure fantasies. Born on October 19, 1921 in Pasadena, California, his journey to the screen was dramatic in itself, having survived a near-fatal bout of polio in his youth. His physical resilience translated into a robust on-screen presence, and after serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II, he leveraged his theater degree from Occidental College into a burgeoning film career. His breakthrough came with the 1954 Western Four Guns to the Border, a performance that earned him the prestigious Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year, Actor. This accolade seemed to herald the arrival of a major new box office draw. Throughout the 1950s and into the 1960s, Nader carved out a niche as a dependable and charismatic star. He excelled in swashbuckling adventures like the second greatest sex and sci-fi serials such as The Human Duplicators. His rugged good looks led to leading roles in B-movies and episodic television, where he became a familiar face on popular series like The Loretta Young Show and Perry Mason. A significant, if often overlooked, chapter of his career unfolded in West Germany, where he achieved considerable fame, starring in a popular series of Jerry Cotton films, playing the eponymous FBI agent. This European success showcased his international appeal. Yet, for many American audiences, his most enduring cinematic footnote remains his starring role in the notoriously low-budget 1953 3D sci-fi film Robot Monster. Often cited as one of the worst films ever made, its campy infamy ironically cemented Nader's place in cult film history. However, behind the confident smile and the heroic roles was a man living a carefully compartmentalized life. In an era when the Hollywood studio system actively enforced a strict code of morality and the mere rumor of homosexuality could end a career, George Nader was a gay man. For decades, he maintained a discreet but devoted relationship with his life partner, Mark Miller, a former actor turned successful talent agent and writer. Their partnership was one of Hollywood's worst-kept secrets within industry circles, but was rigorously shielded from the public eye. Their most famous and tragic connection was their deep, lifelong friendship with fellow actor Rock Hudson. The three men formed a tight-knit support system, navigating the pressures of fame and the closet together in a hostile environment. Miller, in fact, later became Hudson's secretary and confidant, and he and Nader were reportedly among the first people Hudson told of his AIDS diagnosis, a moment that would irrevocably change all of their lives. When Nader's leading man roles began to dry up in the late 1960s, he and Miller made a conscious decision to step away from Hollywood's glaring spotlight. They retired to the relative tranquility of Palm Springs and later to Southern California, focusing on writing. It was in this second act that Nader authored what would become his most significant and personal work, the 1978 science fiction novel Chrome. Set in a dystopian future, the book was groundbreaking for its time. It featured a positive, central, and explicitly romantic relationship between two male characters. Published under the pseudonym George K. Nader, the novel was a bold, veiled manifesto, a way for Nader to express truths he could never state openly during his acting heyday. Chrome is now recognized not just as a pulp sci-fi novel, but as an important early artifact of queer literature, a courageous act of storytelling that allowed him to explore themes of love, identity, and oppression from behind a protective genre shield. The final years of Nader's life were marked by profound tragedy and unwavering loyalty. The AIDS crisis devastated his social circle, most painfully claiming the life of Rock Hudson in 1985. In 2002, Nader suffered a severe injury in a car accident that left him with debilitating health problems. Mark Miller, his partner of over half a century, cared for him devotedly until Nader's death from congestive heart failure on February 4, 2002, at the age of 80. His legacy is a complex tapestry of Hollywood glamour, personal secrecy, and quiet courage. George Nader's story is not just one of a matinee idol who starred in forgotten adventures in a famously bad monster movie. It is the story of a man who lived a dual existence, a hero on celluloid, and a pioneer in his own private way. Through his enduring partnership with Miller and the subversive truth-telling of Chrome, he ultimately crafted a narrative far more meaningful and enduring than any script he was handed, a narrative of love and identity that he finally got to write for himself. Which star's secret shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Also, please like, share, and subscribe for more revealing stories from Hollywood's golden age.